Welcome to Dr. TAS Live at 9, Dr. TAS Coaching Moments. Please like, share, tag this video. Please like, share, tag this video. Primary focus. What are you focusing on today? Are you focusing on wealth? Are you focusing on positions? Are you focusing on what others think about you? What are you focusing on? Well, it's important to determine what you're focusing on because what has your focus really has your whole being. Because when we focus on something, it becomes the thing that drives us. It's our motivation. So the question again is, what are you focusing on? What's your primary concern? What's driving you? We're taught to seek first the kingdom of God. When we seek God first, that means He becomes our priority. He is our focus. And when we focus on Him, everything that we need is provided for us. But you may say, well, how do I fit God into everything that we have going on? Because we have so many things that we have to do every day. And I'm reminded of a experiment that I saw at a workshop years ago. The presenter pulled out a mason jar, and so she put rocks in the jar, and the jar was filled up, and she asked us, could she put anything else in the jar? And at first we said no, and so then she pulled out a bag of gravel, and she poured the gravel into the jar. And then she's like, well, can I put anything else in? And of course, by then we'd caught on. And we said, sure. And so she pulled out a bag of sand. And so she poured the sand in, and the sand filled up all the little spaces that the gravel had not filled. And so, of course, we're thinking that's it. And then she's like, well, can I fill the jar anymore? And so we were like, yeah. Then some people were like, well, no. And so she then poured water into the jar. And so she poured the water in until it was about to overflow. And so at that point, she asked us again, is the jar full? Well, we're looking at it now, so we knew the jar was full. And so she asked us to pair up with other individuals and discuss what the significance of the activity was. Well, folks came up with many different things. Some folks talked about, with time management, it looks like you don't have time to do something, but you do have time to do it. As she kept illustrating with the gravel, the rock, the sand, and then the water. Then some folks started talking about, well, what do the rocks, the gravel, sand, and water mean? What are they illustrating? And so ultimately, after we got through processing this, she helped us to understand that we first have to look at what the rocks mean. And the rocks are our priorities. So what is your priority? What's your primary focus? Once you put that in your jar or your life, then you have to determine what's going to be your secondary, your third and fourth priorities. But you've got to make sure that that initial priority, that first priority, is one that is going to be most beneficial to you. So again, I go back to that question of what is your primary focus? If your primary focus is climbing your career path, okay, then that means that everything that you do is geared towards perfecting a skill, your craft, so that you can climb your career path. But the other question, which is sort of like a secondary question you might want to consider, is does climbing your career path give you everything that you need in life? Now, I'm not just talking about money. I'm not talking wealth. But will it give you the peace that surpasses all peace? Will it give you joy? For some, it may. But if you're looking for something that's a little different, if you consider seeking God first and His kingdom, He will give you what you need, and He will give us more than what we need. He gave Solomon wisdom, but He also gave him treasures. So He'll give us more than what we need. But before we can obtain what we need in life, we have to determine what our primary focus is. So I invite you today to think about that. Perhaps make a list of things that interest you, things that you are really focused on. And then go back to that list and then number them. And you number them by priority. One may be most significant and number them from there down. Then go back and review the list and to see which things have the highest priority or things that you just want to do in life. Because there are lots of things that we want to do, but there are some things that we must do. And once you can determine that in your life, then you develop a plan on how to achieve it. But I invite you to consider, as you make your list, that if you are a person of faith, that you include God on your list. Because once you include Him on your list, He helps you to make sure that you obtain the other things if they are part of His will for your life. So, primary focus, that's what we've got to determine. What is our primary focus? If you have not purchased a copy of my book, Stronger, How Overcoming Life's Adversities Can Push You Into Your Purpose, I will put the link with this video. Please make sure you like, share, tag this video. Like, share, tag this video. Give me your thoughts on what primary focus you're concentrating on. I love dialoguing with everyone. Make it a great, great day. Until next time, have a good one. Bye now.